Okay, I'm going to do a little addendum. I don't know, maybe I'll put this in the beginning. I just wanted to mention, I also took this with me just because it's like my new toy and I couldn't leave it. It's like when you get a new teddy bear or something. So this was like a tiny piece of jewelry. I played and played and played with it, and like magpies, it attracted people. Oops, don't shuffle in the direction cards. Oops, I wonder if I didn't have more of those. Okay, all right. So, and this is so smart. It's so smart. It's so beautiful. I love it. Go to Fable's Den, buy this deck. Hello YouTube, this is Tammy Pie and I am back. This is it. This is going to be my my Newts haul video. I don't know if I'll call it that. Maybe I'll call it that. Well, whatever. Anyway, I wanted to begin the video with a great big thank you to Nancy at Star and Flurry. She, I guess, went on a tear ordering stuff and got some extra decks. She got me a copy of the pocket edition of Crow Tarot, the pocket edition of Light Seers, the Rosebud, and Tiny Sparrow Tarot. This shuffles great right out of the box. This doesn't, but we're gonna try and tame the deck, give it a shot. And this I was really curious about, so I'm super grateful because it has some really wonderful. I think this deck is super unusual. It has a little bit of a different take. It's got that neat vintage photo collage thing going with it. And a little different way of looking at the quartz. It's got kind of a revolutionary feel to it, if my first impressions are accurate. And maybe a little bit of ancestors, because, you know, the cool vintage photography. So yeah, really, really, really excited to have that one. And I'll tell you what, so you all know that I went to Newt's, not as a regular, I don't know, what do you call them? Attendee? What do you call yourself? I don't know. Newtonian? But as a reader in the vendors area. And I had my 3 decks. Which decks did you take to read with, Tamra? Okay, I took Shadowlands. I took Thoth. And I took, what was the other one I took? Yes. Because I wanted to see how it did, and also because it's RWS, so super easy. I took This Might Hurt. And you know what? This Might Hurt left the table because nobody was asking for it. And half the people asked to have this deck. So this is the Tiny Sparrow. I'm not, is it Make Playing Card? I think it's on Make Playing Card. I'm not sure. Like I said, it was a gift. But great deck. Very interesting readings out of this. I mean, some of the stuff I got was a little weird. I had that one. Yeah. So I ended up using this a bunch, which, you know, that's weird. Getting a deck and then using it right this minute in a situation like that, but that's the way it worked out. Hang on just a second. And I'm back. Okay, so there's no way to do this neatly, but before I left for Newts, I was on Instagram, as I routinely am, and one of the accounts that I follow is the trees west of here, which is Shannon Loftis. And she makes these really great bags. And had just finished this one and put it up for sale and said, if you're going to be at Newts, I'll hand deliver it to you. And this is my new purse. My other purse was falling apart, and I was already looking for something else. I couldn't find something I really loved. Look at the mushrooms. Can you see them? Oh, they're so cute. But this, I mean, really beautiful work. She makes them by hand. She is the trees west of here on Instagram, and that is the creator of the Augenblick Tarot. And so she hand delivered that to me, and then she gave me this little owl later on. I think she gave a few people these little owlets. So that was really cool. That was super fun. And inside here is, okay, so the artist was Liminal Spirits Oracle, was Laura Tempest Zakroff. But the old t-shirts were much cheaper. So I bought an older t-shirt, and I'm totally stoked with that. Then, what did I want to talk about next? I had such fun with the people in the vending area. There was a girl right across from me who handmade tarot bags. She was sitting there doing handmade tarot bags while she also offered handmade bombs that were connected to major arcana cards. And it was such a great way. She had organized her business so beautifully. I was just continuously impressed because she was sitting there making one part of her business. I'm thinking about her out in the garden having a good time, and then turning that into part of her business, but then also by using the arcana. What did she call herself? Applied Arcana. She's Applied Arcana on Instagram or whatever. So I come back one day from my breaks. If you're going to do readings and in a fair situation, schedule breaks. Tell yourself beforehand. Be sure to stand up and walk around every once in a while. So I come back, and sitting on my table is this. And I had been talking to her about my youngest daughter and my grandson are both born in the year of the tiger. So when I saw this material on this bag she had made, I mentioned that to her, and she gave me this. She said, I want you to have one of these because you were really kind to me. This is the first time I've been to Newts. And I thought that was just super sweet. But to tell you the truth, I was going to buy one anyway. Because how perfect is this? So she was going to get my money. But it was really nice of her. Look at these nice satin strings. Little semi-precious beads on the pull. Love it. Okay. And then the third bag that I got from her is actually a dice bag, which she said she was having trouble selling the dice bags. And I was like, well, you got to put some dice in there, or runes. It's a runes bag. So I have some runes that I'm going to put in there. So super stoked. Okay. I'll be right back. So the trick to surviving newts. Oh, I didn't realize this bag has a pocket on the inside. Oh, cool. Digging that. Okay. is to plan it. So I really wanted to go. I really wanted to go just to see my tarotistas, my tarot people, my tribe. I really get a lot of wind beneath my wings by attending this thing, even though it's once a year. And I would love to do it more often. And I think I'm going to try and do the one in Dallas. Tide. So the featured artist was Tempest Zakroff. Man, I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing that name wrong, but she's the one that did the liminal oracle, I believe, and weave the liminal. I mean, really, really beautiful artwork. She was selling prints and big like wall hangings, and her decks, her books, everything was there. And I was determined that I was going to get one of her tarot bags. I wanted the one with the star, the newts artwork, but when I saw this one, I just fell in love with it. I like the white fox and the owl, little ermine. So cool. Okay, so also the other way across from me was a girl who was selling a deck she'd created. And I stopped and looked at it and said, wow, this is really unusual. And I could see from my previous experience with the ritual tarot that it wasn't really marked. Okay? So I'm looking at the artwork and I went, wow, this is really different. It's unusual. So it looks like it's called Primordial Dreams Tarot. Okay? By Lynae Adrian Zebest. Now this is all out of order because I played with it the whole time I was there. I couldn't keep my hands off of it. And I invite you to just guess, just by the artwork. Just take a guess. And you'll be surprised how often you're correct. I mean, some of these are quote cards and stuff, but so what she wanted to do was completely remove the medieval layer, the Catholicism from tarot, right? Take out all the Golden Dawn, take out all the kind of societal layers, and just leave the system with some artwork that described it. Okay? So, really great shuffleable cardstock. Nice edges, not too sharp. You people that hate edges might still not really like it. They're there, but the cardstock is thin enough that the edging doesn't have a lip. Okay? So, and she gave me this little cheater card, which gives you kind of the so the air cards are yellow, the earth cards, like that's obviously an earth card, are brown, fire cards are red, and the water cards are blue. So she's got the element switched, but it totally does not matter at all. Because it's primordial, okay? And then here you begin to understand a few of the court cards, because initiate, hero, mother, see the yoni, father, see the peanut, I don't know what you would call that. So that helped, but you only need to look at that once. And then if you have the guidebook, which has some spreads, if you have the guidebook, you can go in here and you got colored pictures of every card. So if you're stuck, you can cheat. But I'm telling you, I've rarely been stuck. And I played with this the whole time. And then she gave me the little thing. She said, go ahead, use the deck. If you like it, come back to me. I'll sell it to you for wholesale, which was really nice of her. And I helped sell a few decks. I'm not going to lie. Even in the face of, oh, it's AI art. Boo. You know what? It's a really cool deck. I really like the images. I don't know how I feel about the other stuff, but you know, we'll work it out. We're gonna work this out. People are gonna get paid for their work. Okay, so back to planning. So when you decide to go to Newts, what you want to do is look at the schedule. Look at the speakers. If there's somebody you know is going to be there, for instance, I knew that Melissa Lucia was going to be there and I wanted to see her. I made that a priority on my list. I knew that Mary Kay Greer was going to be speaking. I made that a priority on my list. There are a few people that I see there that I really love to see. I get a lot of great energy from them. Stephanie, my friend Stephanie came. My friend Nancy came. I can't even name all the people. Esther from Mindful Tarot. So, and then I told myself I was going to stand up and walk at least once every hour. And that sounds like a lot, but actually it wasn't. It wasn't as busy as I thought it was going to be. So the other thing that I got, which is really sweet, it was like a little fortune thing. And this is a clever little thing that people at a metaphysical fair will do, where they, make a little surprise bag. And even the girl in Applied Arcana, she made little surprise bags where you could get 2 of her little bombs and you just pick one, right? But this had a little fortune in a card, a couple crystals, and some bits and bobs, which I ended up using. I love little charms like this. Is really, really cool. So that was fun. And the people from Rue and Vervain were there. And they had the Winnie the Pooh tarot. They had a couple copies of it there. They were doing pre-orders there, but also selling stuff. And they ran around giving people these bags in the vendor hall. It was just a gift, which was out of nowhere. And it was really very high vibe. I mean, to tell you, people are so happy to get some free shit, right? Okay, so the other thing that I planned for, aside from getting ribbons, and yes, I was once again the ribbon champion, even though I didn't get nearly as many as I got last year. I was a champ, for sure. Another girl that was giving stuff away. Oh, and I got these little stickers in the surprise bag. But another lady that was giving stuff away. Oh, no, I don't have her card with me. Shoot. But I helped her set up. These were really beautiful altar cards. And I believe there is a video up of a girl who went to Newt's just to shop. And she bought the whole set of these. So look under Newt's haul, I think. Okay, so the other thing I plan to do is go to the potlatch table. Now, when you're a vendor, you can go watch a couple of the speeches. You can go to the outside events. You can even go to a class or two if you want, but that means you're not making money. You're not making your money back. It costs money to get a booth. So I timed my potlatch visits to be kind of a couple times each day. One of the walks I took was to the potlatch. So one of the things that I got, so with the potlatch, everybody put some stuff there, and then as people come in, they put something down, a deck you don't want, a book, sometimes there's jewelry there, tarot bags, notebook, all kinds of stuff. But mostly it's decks, and every once in a while it's a good book. And I have been wanting this book for I can't even tell you how long. And hopefully this will get me close to... I ended up sitting down too with this girl for what's his name? James, the palm reader guy. Oh my God, he's such a good speaker. I that was one of the things I definitely wanted. James Divine, definitely wanted to go see too, because he's so sweet and entertaining, and you always learn something. You always learn something and laugh. So she set this down in a deck. I already had the deck, so I just grabbed the book and put my stuff down. And there was a lady behind me that picked up the deck. But that was a great score. And then I saw this bag. Do any of you recognize this bag? I recognized it immediately because she is one of the people that always goes to Newts, and that is Esther Tishman of Mindful Tarot. And there, it was probably a year ago, maybe 2 years ago, I watched her working with this deck, talking about making this deck. And what she does is she takes pictures with her iPhone and then sends it off to make playing cards. So she doesn't have to give her actual vintage deck a borderectomy. And this is a great freaking deck. And it's on make playing card stock, which I love. So I picked that up on the potlatch table. Super stoked. Super stoked. So make a plan to go to the potlatch table once a day at least, couple times. I mean, if you're going to the class, you pass by it. But take a few decks that you don't want, because you're going to end up finding something that you really wanted. All right, now, so I'm there in the vendor's tent because I really couldn't afford to do the whole hey nani nani and ha cha cha with the big ticket, right? So I figured, well, I'll go there. If I make my ticket price back, I'll be happy. Well, after Friday and Saturday, I had covered my price. So I was like, okay, I got enough. If I make anything, well, you know what happens. You know what happens. I forget the name of these people too, and this is killing me. But someone will know. Maybe someone will say it in the down bar in the comments. But there was a guy there that was selling used decks, like the old Collect Tarot used to. Well, no one's like him. The Collect Tarot guy was so good. He had all the coolest indie stuff, but he also, anyway. But this guy sells the used stuff, and this was unopened. It was still in the plastic. Of course, it's not anymore because I have no chill whatsoever. But this is one of Robert and Place's really old decks. This is it's on the like old super shiny cardstock. But this is the Angels Tarot. And it's, again, it's like I have suddenly gone into playing card world. Boy, his art style has really changed over the years. But I love these like angel-fied pips. And you guys know I'm watching Supernatural, right? So there's a whole bunch of angels in Supernatural. You got your angels and your demons. So I'm also kind of hung up on angels right now. The Knight of Diamonds. Shekinah, soul of the world. I just am so thrilled to have this. The Lady of Diamonds. Anyway, so I got that. And he was selling the stuff for great prices. Like, this was, I want to say this was $90, $90, which is, I mean, for an out of print Robert and Place, all day long. All day long. My friend Sharon, what's her YouTube name? I'll put it in the down bar. Bought some unbelievable ones. That the New York City Tarot, that old black and white photography one, amazing. And I thought, okay, there, I busted my bubble. That's it. I'm done. I'm not buying anything else. But he kept putting out these really cool, amazing decks. And I couldn't walk past this one. Right? How can you walk past a Crow's Magic? The real one, the vintage one. You cannot. A person cannot walk past this and not break down and say, all right, that one's coming home with me. And yes, it did. So that was a real score. Those were the only two that I bought. So I was good. I was really good. I had to be good because I was kind of broke. But I didn't spend a lot on food. I was able to stay there without staying at the hotel because I can stay with my friends there in Portland. And what should we play with? Should we play with, you know what I want to play with? This deck has just got me right now. So I'm hanging out with my friend there in Portland, and the Newts during the day is all work, right? Well, I mean, all work. The presentations are so much fun. You know, some of the speakers are hilariously funny. Some of them have like games to play. Some of them are just so incredibly wise that you know you're gonna learn something just by being in the room. So, where was I? Okay, so I didn't spend money on a room. I didn't spend money on food. Gas actually wasn't too bad. From Yakima to Portland is a little over 3 hours. So I was able to do the whole thing on a little more than a tank of gas. That's like $70 where I'm at. And I only bought 2 decks. No, I bought 3 because I bought the Primordial, but it was like $27 for wholesale. I mean, how could I not? The girl let me use it all weekend. What was I going to do? Give it back to her? I really did enjoy it. And it is really weirdly easy to read. So I'm stoked. I'm happy with that. I didn't get to do the super fun evening stuff, the late stuff, which was, well, I did go to the meet and greet for a little while, but I didn't go to the costume gala, which also was karaoke, which I know was a blast. Last year I went to the 70s disco. That was really fun. It was so much fun to just sweat and get it all out, let loose, and everyone did. So I'm sure that the karaoke was just as fun, if not more fun. I did miss the hotel a little bit. I missed the old Monarch. But that's, we pull up our drawers and we move on, right? Instead, I went to a moon festival on 82nd with my friends, which was really nice because it was good to be outdoors in that big harvest moon and listen to some cool local Asian music and hang out and eat Asian food. I mean, I didn't really eat that much. I had a little, noodle soup. And then I bought for my new bag a little charm. They had all kinds of year of the whatever, but they didn't have a dragon in this kind of pull. I need a pull for my new bag, right? Gotta have one. So that was a bummer, but the next day I came in early, got to see Melissa, which, man, I just love her. She's got her new deck is almost ready to go to Kickstarter, the Nordic, the Nordic vulvas, which are Nordic witches. It's a photography. Oh my God, it's going to be so beautiful. I've been following the progress of this deck on Instagram, and so many of the photographs are just, they're magical. So look for that on Kickstarter. I think I'm going to end it here. This is kind of long, 30 minutes. You guys can handle it. So go check out more newts. Check out Tides if you have a reason to go to Dallas. I think last year they did it in May. I want to say May. I think this is going to grow into better and better. I hope it does anyway, because I believe this was the 8th newts, and I would like to see it continue. Let's feed the magic, people. And thank you for coming.